AlmaLinux 9.7 represents one of the most stable, enterprise-class Linux distributions available today, emerging as the continuation of the community-driven mission to provide a free and open-source replacement for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this script, we explore AlmaLinux 9.7 from the ground up, starting with its origin, its purpose, and the reason it has become one of the most trusted operating systems for servers, businesses, developers, and home enthusiasts who prefer stability over bleeding-edge changes. The story of AlmaLinux itself begins with the shift Red Hat made towards CentOS Stream, which created a gap for users who depended on the predictable, rock-solid release cycle of CentOS. AlmaLinux stepped forward to fill that role. Over the years, it has grown significantly, and in version 9.7, it continues to refine the platform with improved security patches, updated kernel components, enhanced application support, and better performance tuning designed for long-term reliability. AlmaLinux 9.7 follows the upstream source closely, ensuring binary compatibility while providing a transparent and community-governed ecosystem. This continuity and long-term stability have earned AlmaLinux the trust of enterprises, hosting providers, data centers, and users who seek a distribution that simply works without surprises, without sudden breaks, and without aggressive updates that may destabilize systems. When approaching AlmaLinux 9.7, one of the key strengths is the methodical and careful update cycle. Unlike roll and release distributions that rapidly push out new packages, AlmaLinux's lifecycle is intentionally slow and stable, making it ideal for production servers, corporate environments, and any scenario where downtime is costly. Version 9.7 continues this philosophy by providing updates that focus mainly on security enhancements, bug fixes, optimized hardware support, and improvements to system stability. These updates are not flashy or experimental, but are foundational to maintaining a secure, reliable, and secure enterprise platform. The 9.7 release includes updates inherited from its upstream source, which are rigorously tested, ensuring that every patch maintains stability. The kernel and system libraries receive minimal but meaningful updates, keeping compatibility intact while improving performance from modern hardware, especially in virtualized environments. AlmaLinux 9.7 continues its strong dedication to security, which is a major pillar of enterprise Linux. Security features like system-wide cryptographic policies and integrity checks are enabled by default, so Linux continues to function in enforcing mode, something that seasoned Linux administrators appreciate because it creates a significantly hardened environment that reduces the risk of privilege escalation and unauthorized access. The distribution includes enhancements to OpenSSL, OpenSSH, and various authentication modules, ensuring that systems running 9.7 meet updated compliance standards. Cryptographic policies also reflect modern security requirements, with legacy protocols disabled unless explicitly enabled by the system administrator. The security enhancements in version 9.7 also include better auditing controls, expanded support for secure boot configurations, and improvements to the system's ability to detect tampering or unexpected modifications. These features matter a great deal in environments where compliance with standards like PCI HIPAA ISO 27001 or government-level cybersecurity expectations is essential. Another strength of AlmaLinux 9.7 lies in its improved software compilation and runtime environment through updates in the upstream repository. While the base OS repository maintains stability, the upstream repository is where developers benefit the most. Updated versions of Python, Node.js, PHP, and Postgres allow organizations to run modern workloads while still remaining on a stable base distribution. AlmaLinux 9.7 continues the modular approach introduced in earlier versions, enabling developers to choose specific versions of languages or tools while keeping the OS foundation stable. For example, developers who need newer versions of Python or Node.js for modern applications can install them from modules without affecting the system's core stability. This modularity helps system administrators ensure that applications remain compatible and secure, especially when managing large-scale deployments. From a system and administration point of view, AlmaLinux 9.7 retains the same philosophy of simplicity and predictability. The installation process remains intuitive whether deployed on bare metal, virtual machines, or cloud platforms. AlmaLinux's compatibility with the major cloud providers allows businesses to scale efficiently, as it can be integrated into AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, and multiple hosting environments. The installation ISO offers the same options that CentOS users were familiar with, including minimal installation, server installation, and workstation setups. The Anaconda installer continues to provide a clear and structured installation workflow. Disk partitioning remains flexible with support for LVMX FS64, encrypted partitions, custom RAID setups, and automated partitioning for beginners. AlmaLinux 9.7 continues to support UEFI Secure Boot, which is important for modern systems and adds an extra layer of security during startup. When the user completes installation and first boots into AlmaLinux 9.7, the experience remains minimal, clean, and optimized. This is intentional. AlmaLinux is not designed to overwhelm the user with unnecessary software or bloat. Instead, it provides a bare but powerful environment upon which the user builds whatever solution they need, whether that is a web server, file server, database server, virtualization host, or a desktop environment. For those who choose to run AlmaLinux as a desktop operating system, the GNOME desktop environment remains the default for the 9X series. The GNOME version included is stable and optimized for enterprise use, without the heavy modifications found in consumer-oriented distributions. Even though it may not be the most feature-heavy or visually dynamic desktop environment, its consistency and stable performance provide a dependable workspace. AlmaLinux's target audience includes developers, administrators, and professionals who value stability more than change. The GNOME interface is clean, responsive, and tightly integrated with system components like Systemed Wayland and C. Performance-wise, AlmaLinux 9.7 continues to refine and optimize how resources are managed, thanks to improvements in the Linux kernel, updated drivers, better scheduling, and improved memory handling. The distribution runs exceptionally well, even on older hardware. However, it truly shines in virtualized workloads, which is where most enterprise systems operate. Virtualization technologies like KVM, QEM, Docker, Padman, and Kubernetes are fully supported and continue to receive enhancements that make them more stable and secure. Containerization, in particular, is a strong focus in AlmaLinux 9.7, Padman, the daemonless container engine that replaces Docker in many enterprise deployments, functions smoothly with updated libraries and improved networking components. Pods, container images, registries, and system-level policies for container execution are well supported, making AlmaLinux an ideal platform for DevOps or CI/CD pipelines. Developers who rely on containerized workflows will find that AlmaLinux 9.7 integrates seamlessly into modern architectures, supporting even large-scale deployments that run Kubernetes clusters, microservices, and cloud-native environments. AlmaLinux 9.7 also demonstrates strong compatibility with enterprise storage solutions. Technologies like NFS, SMB, ISCSI, and Fiber Channel continue to be supported out of the box. The stability of XFS as the default file system ensures fast, consistent performance with large files, high concurrency, and long-term reliability. System administrators who manage large volumes of data often choose AlmaLinux specifically because of XFS and its ability to handle massive data sets with minimal performance degradation. Our AID configurations, logical volume management, and encryption are also straightforward to configure. These capabilities make AlmaLinux a strong choice for file servers, NAS systems, and data centers, where uptime stability and data integrity matter. Networking capabilities remain another area in which AlmaLinux excels. With 9.7, network configuration continues to rely heavily on network, which provides both GUI and command line tools to manage interfaces, bonds, bridges, VLANs, and advanced networking policies. Improvements in systemed networking components and firewall utilities also help administrators create secure and efficient network environments. Firewall remains the primary firewall, and it has received stability improvements that ensure predictable behavior when handling complex rule sets. AlmaLinux 9.7 also supports the latest improvements in VPN protocols, including WireGuard, which has become a popular solution for fast and secure remote connections. Combined with SLinux enforcement, updated crypto libraries, and the overall design of the distribution, AlmaLinux is well suited for secure remote access. One of the most significant strengths of AlmaLinux 9.7 is its suitability for long-term production use, something that resonates deeply with organizations that depend on predictable IT environments. With extended support cycles and a strong commitment to timely security patches, AlmaLinux offers peace of mind. System administrators often worry about sudden, unexpected changes that could break compatibility. AlmaLinux's consistency and binary compatibility ensure that software, configurations, and deployments continue to operate without surprises. This is particularly valuable for industries like finance, healthcare, manufacturing, and defense, where system stability can have serious consequences. Even for small businesses or home labs, AlmaLinux offers a sense of reliability that is often missing in more experimental Linux distributions. The AlmaLinux community plays a crucial role in the development of version 9.7. Unlike corporate control distributions, AlmaLinux operates under a community-driven governance model. The AlmaLinux OS Foundation ensures that decisions regarding the direction of the project remain transparent and open to community input. The distribution benefits from contributions by independent developers, enterprise partners, hosting providers, cybersecurity experts, and Linux enthusiasts from around the world. Community support channels include forums, documentation, GitHub repositories, mailing lists, and live chat groups. This strong collaboration is one of the main reasons AlmaLinux continues to thrive in a competitive environment where other distributions have shifted focus or changed licensing models. Administrators who plan to migrate from CentOS or other enterprise Linux distributions will find AlmaLinux 9.7 to be one of the easiest transitions available. Migrating between RHEL-compatible distributions typically requires minimal effort. Scripts like Elevate or built-in migration tools can convert one distribution to another without the need for full renaming. This seamless transition helps businesses avoid downtime, preserve their configurations, and continue operating smoothly. AlmaLinux 9.7 maintains strict adherence to upstream package compatibility, meaning that applications and services built for our HEL or CentOS will work flawlessly. When discussing the practical usage of AlmaLinux 9.7, it is essential to mention the level of documentation available. The community provides extensive installation guides, security hardening manuals, virtualization tutorials, container management references, and troubleshooting documentation. This comprehensive documentation helps both beginners and experienced administrators find answers quickly. Documentation quality matters significantly in enterprise environments where time equals money and where administrators must solve problems quickly to avoid disruptions. AlmaLinux understands this need and continues to expand its official documentation and community knowledge base. For users running AlmaLinux on physical hardware, compatibility remains excellent. Version 9.7 supports a wide range of processors, including Intel, AMD, and ARM architectures. Hardware acceleration features, modern GPU capabilities, power management improvements, and thermal optimizations create a smooth experience on both laptops and desktops. Although the typical AlmaLinux user installs the system on a server or virtual machine, it is fully capable of running on consumer hardware. Its modest system requirements and efficient resource usage make it suitable even for older machines that need a stable Linux environment. As we explore AlmaLinux 9.7 deeper, one cannot ignore its crucial role in hosting, cloud, and web services. The distribution is widely used by hosting providers because it offers predictable performance, strong security, and full compatibility with popular server software such as Apache and Ginx, MariaDB, Postgres, PHP, and various CMS platforms. AlmaLinux's ability to serve millions of web requests reliably makes it ideal for websites, online stores, APIs, and SaaS applications. Hosting companies often choose AlmaLinux because it reduces long-term maintenance costs while ensuring stability for their customers. AlmaLinux 9.7 continues to shape its identity as a dependable, long-term platform that businesses and individuals can rely on for mission-critical workloads. And as we move into the second half of this deep dive narrative, it becomes even more evident why so many organizations have adopted it as the backbone of their IT infrastructure. Beyond its stability, compatibility, and security, AlmaLinux enables a sense of confidence in administrators because once it is deployed, it requires minimal intervention to keep functioning smoothly. This low-maintenance nature appeals to both large enterprises with thousands of nodes and small developers managing personal servers for learning or hobby projects. Once configured, AlmaLinux tends to run for months or even years without requiring a system reboot unless major kernel upgrades occur. And even then, as it reboots gracefully, this reliability is a testament to the meticulous engineering and testing inherited from upstream sources. Combined with the additional oversight provided by the AlmaLinux community, one of the aspects that stands out when discussing AlmaLinux 9.7 is its excellent performance in virtualized and containerized environments. Modern night infrastructure heavily relies on virtualization, whether through KVM, VMware, Hyper-V Proxmox, or cloud platforms. AlmaLinux integrates well with hypervisors, providing stable drivers, minimal overhead, and robust performance tuning options. This makes it appealing for companies running extensive virtual machine clusters or cloud-hosted applications. The operating system also behaves predictably when used as a base image in cloud providers, with optimized CloudNet support ensuring smooth deployments across hundreds of instances. AlmaLinux images on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and other services are consistently maintained, ensuring that users benefit from timely security updates and performance improvements. Container workloads also flourish on AlmaLinux 9.7 due to its tight integration with Padman and its support for OCI-compliant container images. Padman's rootless container capabilities improve security significantly by eliminating the need for privileged daemons. This makes AlmaLinux ideal for DevOps engineers who want to run containerized workloads with minimal risk. AlmaLinux works seamlessly as the foundation for Kubernetes nodes as well, enabling clusters to run efficiently thanks to predictable kernel behavior, networking consistency, and strong SLinux enforcement policies that help define isolation boundaries for pods and containers. As enterprise software development continues shifting toward cloud-native applications and distributed architectures, AlmaLinux 9.7 stays aligned with this movement. The availability of modern programming languages through modules ensures that developers can stay productive without compromising system stability. The Node.js, Python, Ruby, PHP, and Java ecosystems are well supported. Database administrators appreciate AlmaLinux for its support of robust database systems like MariaDB, PostgreSQL, and MySQL, which benefit from the distribution's predictable update cycle. Since databases require high consistency and minimal downtime, the stability of AlmaLinux's libraries, kernel, and storage stack ensures reliable database operations. Many organizations choose AlmaLinux specifically to host critical data systems because they know the OS will not introduce unexpected changes that may impact performance or data integrity. Another dimension of AlmaLinux's appeal is its suitability for use in research, science, and high-performance computing environments. HPC clusters often require Linux distributions that minimize downtime, provide predictable kernel behavior, and support a wide array of scientific libraries. AlmaLinux 9.7 meets these criteria because of its compatibility with widely used its strong performance with distributed computing frameworks, and its efficient resource utilization. Scientific workloads often involve large data sets, complex calculations, and parallel processing across multiple nodes. Stability is essential in such environments because even small disruptions can jeopardize ongoing research or cause massive delays. AlmaLinux provides the consistent computational platform required for such demanding tasks. AlmaLinux 9.7 further stands out in environments where compliance and auditing are necessary. With security frameworks like OpenSCAP readily available, administrators can easily audit their systems for compliance with industry standards. AlmaLinux integrates smoothly with enterprise security tools and SIEM systems, generating audit logs that can be monitored and analyzed for suspicious activity. Compliance-focused teams appreciate the detailed and consistent logging provided by Systemd notes, Linux logs, authentication logs, and firewall logs. These logs can be aggregated into centralized monitoring tools, making it possible to track behavior across entire networks. AlmaLinux's predictable security patches help organizations maintain compliance over time, ensuring that vulnerabilities are patched quickly while preserving system stability. This balance between security and stability is important because overly aggressive patching can break systems, while slow patching can expose systems to exploits. AlmaLinux achieves a middle ground that administrators trust. For system administrators migrating from CentOS or other RHEL-based environments, AlmaLinux 9.7 feels familiar. Administrative tasks, using tools such as Systemtool, JournalTool, Firewall CMD, NMC, LIDNF, and Cockpit remain unchanged. Cockpit, the web-based management interface included with AlmaLinux, provides a user-friendly dashboard for monitoring system resources, managing services, installing updates, configuring storage, and viewing logs. This graphical management interface is useful for beginners and professionals who prefer a quick glance at system status. Cockpit's functionality expands further through additional modules, allowing administrators to manage virtual machines, containers, and Kubernetes clusters directly from the dashboard. For users who prefer traditional command line administration, AlmaLinux offers the same robust CLI experience as other enterprise Linux distributions. The familiarity of the environment minimizes the learning curve and accelerates adoption, especially for organizations with staff experienced in CentOS or RHEL environments. When considering desktop usage, AlmaLinux 9.7 provides a clean and professional experience. While not targeted specifically at desktop users, AlmaLinux can serve as a highly stable workstation for developers, engineers, security analysts, or anyone seeking a distraction-free environment. GNOME remains the default desktop environment and is optimized for stability rather than flashy features. GNOME's integration with Wayland ensures smoother graphical performance on many systems, although X11 is still available for compatibility with older applications. AlmaLinux's simplicity allows users to customize their environment with themes, extensions, and packages. But the core experience remains solid and predictable. Applications used for productivity such as LibreOffice, Firefox, Thunderbird, and various development tools run well on AlmaLinux without the instability sometimes found in rolling release distributions. While AlmaLinux may not offer the newest versions of these applications, it prioritizes reliability, making it suitable for professionals who need consistency. Package management in AlmaLinux 9.7 continues to revolve around DNF, the powerful and flexible package manager inherited from Fedora and RHEL. DNF performs dependency resolution efficiently and provides detailed output that helps administrators understand exactly what changes are being made during an installation or update. AlmaLinux's repositories are carefully structured into BaseOS, AppStream, and Code Builder. BaseOS contains the essential core components, AppStream provides the modular application streams, and Code Builder gives developers access to additional development packages. This separation ensures a clean and organized ecosystem, where stability and modularity can coexist without conflict. Users can enable or disable package modules based on their specific needs, and DNF's management tools make these tasks straightforward. AlmaLinux's careful repository management contributes significantly to its stability. Another area where AlmaLinux excels is server clustering and redundancy. With tools like CoreSync and Pacemaker, administrators can build high availability clusters capable of withstanding hardware failures, node outages, or network disruptions. AlmaLinux's consistent kernel and system-level components ensure that clustering software behaves predictably, allowing organizations to create resilient infrastructures. Load balancers, failover systems, and distributed storage setups all benefit from AlmaLinux's dependable architecture. When building a cluster, administrators need confidence that every node behaves identically. AlmaLinux provides the uniformity required to achieve this consistency. Whether hosting critical web services, telecommunication systems, or large-scale databases, AlmaLinux's compatibility with clustering frameworks makes it a solid choice for fault-tolerant deployments. Looking toward the future of enterprise workloads, AlmaLinux 9.7 positions itself as an ideal base for AI, machine learning, and data processing applications as well. While AlmaLinux is not marketed as an AI-focused distribution, its compatibility with Python, CUDA drivers, and HPC libraries allows it to serve as a reliable platform for ML engineers and researchers who prefer a stable environment. Many AI workflows require consistent performance and predictable library behavior. AlmaLinux provides this stability while offering access to newer runtime environments through modules and containers. Developers can isolate AI toolchains in containers while keeping the system stable, creating a flexible workflow that avoids dependency conflicts. Another major advantage of AlmaLinux is the transparency of its governance, with the AlmaLinux OS Foundation operating as a nonprofit entity. Users have confidence that the distribution is not controlled by a corporation that may suddenly shift direction or impose restrictive licensing. Instead, AlmaLinux relies on community participation, open discussions, and collaborative decision-making to guide its roadmap. Users and contributors are encouraged to participate in development, testing, documentation, and community support. This transparency builds trust and differentiates AlmaLinux from distributions that are entirely directed by commercial entities. Organizations that adopt AlmaLinux know that the project's future depends on a global community rather than a single corporate decision. In addition to its community governance, AlmaLinux's commitment to providing free and open source enterprise software fosters innovation and accessibility. Small companies, startups, educational institutions, and government organizations benefit from a stable enterprise Linux distribution without paying heavy subscription fees. AlmaLinux lowers the barrier to entry for organizations seeking to deploy high-performance servers, secure infrastructure, or cloud-native applications. This affordability is one reason hosting providers often choose AlmaLinux. It allows them to offer cost-effective solutions to customers without sacrificing performance or security. This democratization of enterprise Linux strengthens the open source ecosystem by ensuring that high-quality, stable distributions remain accessible to everyone. The upgrade path within AlmaLinux is also smooth. With tools like Elevate, users can migrate between major versions or move from CentOS to AlmaLinux without needing to reinstall. This capability is especially valuable for organizations running large-scale deployments with hundreds or thousands of machines. Major upgrades that traditionally required reinstalling the operating system and reconfiguring everything manually can now be performed with minimal disruption. AlmaLinux's ability to facilitate in-place upgrades demonstrates its commitment to reducing administrative overhead, saving time, and extending the lifespan of that infrastructure. Another key aspect of AlmaLinux's usefulness is its compatibility with DevOps pipelines. Continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines rely on systems that behave consistently and can integrate with tools such as GitLab, CI, Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, and Kubernetes. AlmaLinux's stability makes it an excellent foundation for such work, whether deployed as build agents, test environments, or production servers. AlmaLinux provides a reliable base for automation. The ability to create and deploy predictable environments at scale is crucial for modern development teams, and AlmaLinux meets this requirement effectively. The platform works seamlessly with infrastructure as code tools, allowing organizations to automate complex deployments with confidence in the broader world of Linux distributions. AlmaLinux 9.7 stands out not because it tries to be cutting edge but because it remains committed to the principles of stability, security, and reliability. While distributions like Fedora push innovation and Ubuntu focuses on ease of use, AlmaLinux remains the dependable foundation on which long-term systems can be built. This role is essential in the Linux ecosystem as it provides a strong anchor point for organizations that cannot risk sudden changes or instability. AlmaLinux maintains the tradition of classic enterprise Linux, where consistency is more valuable than new features. This conservative approach forms the backbone of reliable server infrastructures worldwide. As this detailed exploration of AlmaLinux 9.7 comes to its conclusion, it becomes clear why this distribution continues to gain support and recognition. It offers everything that enterprises, developers, hosting providers, and IT professionals need to run secure and dependable systems. It delivers long-term stability without sacrificing modern development capabilities. It provides security enhancements without overwhelming administrators. It supports traditional workloads, modern cloud-native applications, and advanced computing tasks equally well. And most importantly, it remains fully accessible to everyone without licensing restrictions or forced commercial ties. AlmaLinux 9.7 is not just another Linux distribution. It is a crucial pillar in the world of open-source enterprise computing. It carries forward the legacy of CentOS while embracing a future built on openness, collaboration, and community governance. As IT infrastructure continues to evolve, AlmaLinux will remain a stable, trustworthy, and highly capable platform for countless organizations around the world.